You are now tuned into Bossman Tuck Beats.
I don't play on this motherfucker.
Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Y'all sure y'all still tuned in there? Intro gonna be a little bit different today. March Madness. Harlem, stand up. All the 30s, stand up. Yo, listen. Take the Under Armours off. Yo. Dinker Park, stand up. Avenues, stand up. 35th Street, stand up. 36th Street, stand up. Lakewoods, stand up. 37th, stand up. 39th Street, stand up. West Coast rolling 30s, stand up. All the LCs, all the babies, stand up. Oceanside rolling 30s, stand up. Denver, Trey O's, stand up. From New York to South Central, down to Florida, and past that. March Madness, all the 30s, stand up. Told y'all this intro was going to be a little different, man. This is March Madness, man. And with that being said, man, one of my Harlems hit me up a little while ago. So we've been doing this one for a little while, man. But we finally get... This one might come out a couple of days late, but it don't matter. It's still going to be March Madness. It's the whole point about March Madness, man. All the way through. It's crazy. But today, we got Crips and Bloods in Baltimore. The D.M.V. series, part 1. Y'all ready? Let's go, man. Let's get into it, man. You can't get this money if you in there on that couch sleep, man. Let's go, man. March Madness, man. Harlems. Stand up, man. Original Harlems. West Side Harlems. Harlem Mafias. Stand up. Let's go, man. We rolling, man. Dirt game, man. 9th Street, man. Yikes. Side block, man. It's Curry Low, nigga.
You are now tuned into Bossman Tuck Beats.
I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. Not cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man. And you are tuned into the one and only Dirt Gang TV. And I thank all of y'all for tuning in, man. Don't worry, I'm not just sitting here just banging on y'all, man. Shout out to all the Harlems out there, man. This is March Madness, man. Everybody, y'all have a safe hood day out there, regardless of what day y'all hood day is on. It was very intriguing to hear that it don't matter what 30 faction you from. Sorry, I had to get that quick flick in. I like that guy behind me. Thumbs all day, man. But anyway, it don't matter what faction of 30s you from. All the 30s, for the most part, all have their hood days sometime during this month. It don't matter. Oceanside, all that. But today we got Crips and Bloods in Baltimore. This is the D.M.V. series. And this is part 1 of the D.M.V. series. So I know what a lot of y'all that don't live on the East Coast are thinking. What is the D.M.V.? It's not what you're thinking. You're not going here to pay no parking tickets, renew no plates, or none of that. The D.M.V. is Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. Those are the connecting states. D.C., Maryland, Virginia. D.M.V. They kind of think of all 3 states as one. So they call themselves the D.M.V. But we can't do the whole D.M.V. in one series. Y'all ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time for all that. I know how it goes. But we do have the series going, the D.M.V. series. So we're going to start off today with Maryland. And in particular, we're going to go Baltimore, Maryland. So I don't know if y'all been to Baltimore, Maryland before, man. A lot of y'all may think out there, oh, it's just a bunch of, it's just flowers and white people just running around. Listen, a lot of Maryland, yes. Baltimore, not really. I'm telling y'all. Me being from Brooklyn, right? When I go to certain spots and I look at it and I be like, If I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I definitely want to move here. Then you know it's bad because there's not too many places in this place that I would. Newark, New Jersey. Nah, I'm not moving there. Baltimore. Amarillo, Texas. Nah, I'm not moving. Know what I'm saying? Places like that. Anywhere in Cleveland. Anyway. Know what I'm saying? So, even though I am coming to Ohio, I'm going to that sidebar. You know I gotta kill y'all with a sidebar. They got the roller coaster capital of the world out there in Ohio. I think this amusement park has like 32 roller coasters or something like that. Cedar Point, I think the name is. Go check that out, man. I'll be there this summer. Anyway. Baltimore, part of the D.M.V. in Maryland. Now, one thing I do know about Baltimore, the first reason why I went there was on a school trip. They had the best like wax museum in Baltimore. And I got the baby lungs. Oh, yo. Tune into the next, another sidebar. Tune into the next strand of the day. What? I got the Hawaiian haze. Yo. Crazy. Anyway. That's not what I'm smoking right now. But, Baltimore got the best like wax museum like I've ever been to. When I was young, I think I was in like 7th grade. And that was like the end of the year trip was to go to Baltimore to the wax museum. Wax museum, crazy. See what I'm saying? The good wax museum. But, you know, I was younger. But then when I got to go out there older, I'm like, well, you got a family as big as me. My family travel around a lot. See what I'm saying? So when we used to go to Jersey all the time, I got mad family in Jersey. But one of my aunts that used to live in Jersey ended up going to Baltimore. So she had the housewarming party. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, of course, I got notes written down. I can't remember all this stuff. A lot of stuff from when I was younger, I remember. From when I was, you know, to right now. Y'all know how I go. I smoke, you know what I'm saying? Of course I got it written down. Y'all want me to get it right? I write stuff down. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I can look down at the laptop real quick, look back at y'all, and we good money. So don't be in the comments, he wrote it. Of course, I don't live out there. I gotta get it right for y'all, though. That's what I do, man. All them smiling, Dirt Gang TV. But anyway, she lives in Perkins Projects. So the I didn't remember the name too much, but I did remember how this project looked because it almost looks like the same kind of like the little house that's right there on little projects right there that's on New Lots in Brownsville. On like New Lots and like Rockaway. Y'all know them little small little, it's like 2 or 3 levels. No elevator. You walking straight up the stairs all day. It's 3 levels. That's how Perkins Projects look. Perkins Projects is like, you know, I think it's on like the, what is that? On the southeast part of Baltimore. So I know what y'all thinking, right? What's Baltimore split up? Baltimore, they split up between like, I know there's a West Baltimore. I know there's an East Baltimore. I know there's a Southeast Baltimore. And I know there's a Northeast Baltimore. But for the most part, those are the ones that, you know, had significant stuff pretty much stand out in it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I better watch it when y'all in Baltimore. Don't go to the wax museum. Even when you go to the wax museum, you get out, you looking around. What? Y'all ever been to the Orioles Stadium? When you go to Yankee Stadium, it's a little raggedy around Yankee Stadium. It's the Bronx. Everywhere in the Bronx is raggedy. But when you get around the what? Yo, you be looking around like, dude, yo, this is crazy in here. But anyway, see what I'm saying? But definitely be careful. So let's get into what y'all been want to get into, man. So there's a lot of different gangs inside of Baltimore specifically. Baltimore is like the main city in Maryland. A lot of people from everywhere in the East Coast move to Baltimore. You see what I'm saying? So Baltimore, once upon a time, back in, we talking about 20s, 30s, 40s, a lot of white people. Black people started integrating, kind of switched up a little bit too. So y'all do a lot of rioting in Baltimore. Y'all knock a lot of projects down. A lot of rioting, a lot of projects knocked down. White people be out there going crazy. But anyway, so boom. One thing I noticed, they got a lot of LA-based blood sets that's out there. Some New York-based blood sets, but they got the Elm Streets out there. Elm Street Piru. Elm Street Piru is everywhere, though, because Waka Flocka is from that set. And Waka Flocka is born in New York and then moved to Atlanta. So Elm Streets is everywhere. I don't know who went from Elm Street in California, but they went everywhere and started sets out there too. Now the Swan Bloods, right? The Swan Bloods you starting to see pop up in a lot of other places. That wasn't one of the sets you seen that was older, that was like outside of like California too much. Wasn't hearing about them too much. See what I'm saying? Knew about them, but wasn't hearing about them running around everywhere crazy. Like Elm Street, you definitely heard of Elm Streets. They got Treetop Pirus out there. Now, Treetop was one of the oldest sets we heard, especially like in New York. That was one of the first Piru. That might have even been the first Piru set you heard of. When Bloods hit New York, it was a lot of, you know, Sex, Money, Murder, Non-Trade Gangsters, the 1A Trade, the Mac Millers, you know, stuff, the GKB, stuff like that. See what I'm saying? It wasn't, but then when it falls like a Piru set hitting, the first one to really hit was like a Treetop Piru set. See what I'm saying? Which they got treetops everywhere. They everywhere like the Elm Streets. Fruittown. Fruittown is popped up. Fruittown is not everywhere. I'm not gonna say Fruittown is everywhere. Fruittown is mainly like, you see a lot of them in Atlanta. I don't know why specifically Atlanta, but you see a lot of them in Atlanta. Hence, like Soulja Boy is supposed to be from Fruittown. Chris Brown supposed to be from Fruittown. Even though Chris Brown, like Lil Wayne, they didn't turn blood until they went to Rikers Island. That happens a lot when you go to Rikers Island. You go on Rikers Island, you not nothing. You know, they don't really press you like that unless they feel like, you know, you want some soft pussy stuff, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, they went on Rikers Island neutral, they came home blood. It is what it is. But Chris Brown's supposed to be from that set. They also got Non-Trade Gangsters out there, which is for all those outside of New York or the East Coast. That's one of the original New York UBN sets. They got 1-8 Trays out there, which is a New York set. They got 793s out there, which is a New York set. Then, as far as the Crips side go, and they're going to be a part 2 to this, because this one I'm going to talk about the local gangs, the sets y'all know, and then after that, we're going to do a part 2 and get, I said it's a series, man. Don't worry, man. Don't let me give it away too much. It's a series. Just y'all tune in. Y'all know how I do. Harlem Smiley, Dirt Gang TV, man. Y'all stay tuned in. Anyway, there's a lot of 60s out there. California-based set. I ain't got to talk too much about that. There's a lot of Harlems out there. Harlem 30s. The reason why I even started doing this research, because one of my Harlems, and I was trying to look through to find your name on here. If you remember our conversation we had, the couple one, put your name in the comment in the bottom of here so I can make sure I do you a shout out in the part 2. Anyway, there's Insanes out there. And what's the name? There's 8 Trays out there. So now there's a set called J30 Payback Crips. So I know what y'all thinking. We heard of Payback Crips. The J30 Payback Crips. This one took a little search. So there's a lot of white people in gangs in Maryland. Not that there's nothing wrong with that. I ain't saying there ain't no real white dudes out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's not very often, you know, you find white people in black distinctive gangs. But J30 Payback Crips has white people inside of there. So the Payback Crips is mainly out of Gardena, California, for the most part. So the word from this dude who turned Crip in, I think, like 97. Been Crip just as long as me, but he a white dude, though. Did a lot of bids in jail. See what I'm saying? You know, besides him being white, it's nothing, you know, you could say that's really, you know, different about him. See what I'm saying? He walked the walk. He talked the lingo. He was in jail mad years, whatever. It is what it is. Talked a little bit about it. Said somebody came from Gardena, California, out there in the jail for the most part. Started payback Crips, but named it J30. So you know, a lot of times when these people, they from an original California set, when they come somewhere else, they'll keep it the same but throw it some extra on there, something different on there. You see what I'm saying? It happens a lot. Sometimes they may even just, you know, you'll never see somebody from 60s go turn to like a GOAT and somewhere else start like an 8-tray set. That's not what I'm talking about. But as far as like this instance, a payback Crip went and just started another payback set, but just put J30 on the front of it. So, you know, for the most part, that's what I got from the take of it. But that's like a lot of the Crip sets that they do have out there for the most part. But for my California people, guess what else they got out there that's deep? BGFs. What? The old San Quentin jail gang. What? The BGFs, the Black Gorilla family. What? Yo. They got BGFs. It's a lot of BGFs. That's like, and you go to Baltimore, it's like when you hear about the, like, all right, when you go to New York, you hear about Bloods, you hear about Crips, and for the most part, you hear about like Latin Kings. But now it's like when you go to New York, you hear about Bloods, you hear about Crips, you hear about GDs. See what I'm saying? It's always like the third gang that's mentioned behind it. When you go to Maryland, you hear about Bloods, you hear about Crips, you hear about BGFs. See what I'm saying? But BGFs really don't, like, I don't know. They don't have no beef with Bloods or Crips. They get along with a lot of other local gangs out there. It's just like, just don't cross them, they don't cross you kind of deal. It is what it is. But it is old San Quentin. That gang started in San Quentin. I don't know how it skipped all these places and just make it to Maryland. It's deep out there in Maryland. What happened? Did all of them get shipped from the San Quentin jail to Maryland jail? What happened? I couldn't believe it. So, it's crazy. So, the reason why I say they do a lot of rioting in Baltimore, because, like, I mean, they was doing riots before, you know, equality kind of stuff too. But the last one they did, rest in peace, Freddie Gray. I like what they did. They brought all the Bloods together, all the Crips together, all the BGS together, and they try to, you know, formulate some kind of protection and protest for, you know, to get some kind of repercussions on the cops, man, that did that to Freddie Gray. See what I'm saying? But, you know, it was cool what they did, but the cops tried to flip the whole scenario on them to make it seem like they was trying to form that to kill and beat up the cops, which they wasn't. They just all came together, put all the differences aside, even though you still had some people out there acting a fool, acting crazy for what, looting and all that. But overall, I like what y'all did. See what I'm saying? And lo and behold, 4 years later, man, it did calm down some out there as far as like the people who, because they do have other agencies and stuff that watches the regular local cops. Like, say, for instance, in the jails, right? Like, if your county jail is or your state prison is being run crazy, and you know, like like it's like some big conspiracy, they killing the inmates and all that, the federal will come and take over that jail, and that will become like a, you know, until they get it in order. That happens. So that happened, you know, so they on their P's and Q's out there, man. So what y'all did 4 years later, I can say, man, it kind of worked. Did all the violence stop out there? No, it's Baltimore. It's never going to stop. But overall, the BGFs, the Crips, and the Bloods came together and did a good thing. Is what it is. Everybody from Baltimore right now probably like, yo, you ain't talking about none of the other stuff. So, yo, listen. When I said Baltimore got a lot of gangs out there, Baltimore got a lot of gangs out there. So, this is where we're going to go down to the notes. So there's MS-13s. There's also GDs out there. There's also BDs out there. It's very rare when you go outside of like Chicago, a lot of these Midwest areas or like the down south areas to where You know, you seeing GDs and BDs. See what I'm saying? Texas, Chicago, Detroit. Now it's BDs in New York now. You see what I'm saying? So BDs is in Baltimore too, man. They must have stopped in Baltimore on their way over there. But now you got local gangs. They got TTG. What? Train to Go. Yo, I didn't even know this was a gang. Because I heard this as a rap group. See what I'm saying? Like mad long ago. TTG, I didn't know this was a gang in Baltimore. Train to Go. That's a rap group. I wonder if they had something to do with the same thing. Nah, I didn't. It's two totally different. But TTG, Train to Go. What else they got? D.M.V, Dead Man's Inc. Yo. That's the perfect name for y'all. Dead Man's Inc. My G. It's a whole gang, and mad of them all drug addicts. When I'm talking about yo, in there sniffing lines, shooting needles, yo, I'm telling y'all, Dead Man Inc. Y'all need a whole new. I've never come across them. I'm just looking at and I'm looking through their photo, and that's all they known for. A whole gang full of drug addicts. Dead Man Inc. Hit it. Yo, listen. Dead Man Inc. A whole gang full of white dudes that's just doing drugs and just like stealing purses and getting DWIs and DUIs and burglaries and pissing in public tickets. Y'all gotta make better decisions in y'all life. Anyway, let's see what else we got. So, alright. BGF. This is why I gotta roast y'all a little bit. So, right? So you know the BGF stands for Black Gorilla Family. So they got this set that run with them that's called the Polar Bears. The Black Gorilla Family has now you know how our sets got like little factions, little cliques, whatever you want to call them, in subsets inside of the actual set. They got one called the Polar Bears. The Polar Bears is all the white guys. What? The Black Gorilla Family has a subset of white people that's called the Polar Bears. Listen. First of all, that's one of the funniest things I heard in my life. I was dying. Second of all, who thought of that? That must have been a smart, dumb person. Who thought of that? Come on, son. First of all, I know you had a Black Gorilla Family. Like I said, it's a lot of white members inside of, Baltimore. That they had to bring on some white members, sure. But y'all gave them their own subset and then decided to name them. Nah, y'all can't be Black Gorilla Family. Y'all could be the Polar Bears. Y'all could be the white bit. Yo. I don't know about y'all, but I thought that was one of the funniest things I heard about in my life. The Polar Bears? Nah, y'all not Black Gorilla Family. Y'all Polar Bears. Get the... Yo. That's crazy. So they do have a lot of gangs that's inside of there too. So like the BGF, they run the jails in Baltimore. Same thing like how the BGF ran the jails in San Quentin. The BGF, they run the jails in what's the name too. So it's like it's weird. In jail, they kind of get into it with Crips. On the street, they don't get into it with Crips. See what I'm saying? But it's like, I really wouldn't really call it a Crip rival. It's just, in jail, I don't know why. It's like the opposite. There's more Crips inside of the Baltimore jails than it is on the street. So I know what y'all thinking. Where is it? Is it more Crips? Is it more Bloods in Baltimore? I'm going to be honest with y'all. Baltimore, for the most part, if you do Baltimore, there's more Crips distinctively inside of the actual Baltimore. But if you do the whole Maryland, I can't give it away. Listen, I can't give it away. Don't mess up my D.M.V series, y'all. I know what y'all think. I should leave it as a cliffhanger, but I ain't gonna do it. Nah. Because we got more to talk about. So, I got to tell y'all. Shout out at everybody in the Gilmore piece. Gilmore, what's happening out there? Gilmore, what is the word? Gilmore is the biggest projects I've seen in my life. Gilmore, why do y'all got so many buildings out there? Gilmore, that's crazy. I remember that because that project looked old and raggedy and different looking. Yo, listen, when I was younger, I can't tell y'all the age right now that I went there. Y'all got to tune into the Harlem Smiley story because that's going to be in one of the parts. But anyway, the Gilmore got mad built. I'm like, it's looking like 40 projects in Queens. It's mad buildings. The super big project. I ain't gonna lie, me being from Brooklyn, I'm like, I don't think I want to walk through the Gilmore. See, I'm watching when y'all walking through the Gilmore. Shout out to everybody in Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill, what's happening? See what I'm saying? Normal. Not small. Not really small like Perkins. Not really big like Gilmore. But shout out to everybody in Cherry Hills. Like to shout some projects out in there, see what I'm saying? For all the project chicks, give me a hood rat chick. One that don't give up. Yo, listen. Tune into the strand of the day, man. Anyway, see what I'm saying? So, boom. I like, a rapper I like that come out of Baltimore. So I couldn't really think of his name too. Because I heard his music when I was out there. See what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm punching it in wrong. Shorty. But I'm spelling it like, when I'm trying to punch it in, I'm spelling it like Shawty. I'm thinking this, But what's coming up? The dude from what? Shorty. You know what I'm saying? Sweetie coming to mail and stuff. So when I finally, because he's a local rapper. He's known, but not really known too much. So when I punched it up and finally realized how it was spelled, found all the stuff. Shorty. If y'all don't know about him, a lot of people in Baltimore know about him. Listen to his music, man. He got good music, man. Good hits out there. To the police out there, y'all gotta stop closing down all them project buildings out there. I watched so many videos that were saying, the white people was living here, but then the black people segregated over here, and then next thing you know, they knocked the project. And I mean, like, they got old videos of them just bulldozering and people standing outside like this. All Caucasians, you got the black people like this. So then what's going to happen. Now y'all get mad because y'all was in places like Cherry Hills. So what happened? Y'all knocked down them projects. So, there's mad murders and mad stuff happening in this project. We're going to knock this project down because they ain't here. They smoking crack, selling. Who y'all think brought that in there originally? Let's talk about it. White people. Anyway. Bulldozing. They out there like. Let me drop an ash on myself. Round of applause. Finally get them. And then get mad when they go take over Cherry Hill. And they go take over the whole Gilmore piece. Well, no, the Gilmore piece was already built for black people. I'm sorry. And they go take over Perkins projects. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna go get mad, man. Come on, man. Miss me with that, man. Shout out to the... Let me look at this one. Nostra Familia, Holmes. The Nostra Familia. Yeah, that's one of the local gangs that's inside of Baltimore. They are one of the local gangs too that's in jail making crazy noise right now. So boom, we're gonna talk a little Baltimore jail talk. Because one thing you don't want to do, don't nobody want to go to Baltimore and get locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter what gang you in. When you GD in Baltimore, what? Do you know who you got beef with in there? When you GD inside of there, you got beef with the Nostra Familia. You got beef with the Latin Kings. Because listen, a lot of y'all, especially in New York, a lot of the GDs out there, they don't get into it with the Latin Kings. But if you go to Chicago, the BDs and the Latin, that's your main what's the name. So in New York, I'm surprised that hasn't took place yet. But like I said, a lot of the Latin Kings is in Manhattan. A lot of the GDs and all that, they in Brooklyn. So, but eventually that's going to get closer and closer. And once it do, it's going to be a clash of the Titans. But anyway, yo, so y'all got to worry about the BDs. Y'all got to worry about the Latin Kings, the Nostra Familia. And then it's just, you know, now it's getting to the point to where it's like, all right, the Crips still get along with the GDs for the most part in both. Some Crip sets get along with the GDs for the most part in Baltimore, but they're not really distinctive like that on the street. And that in jail they are. On the street, it's not a whole heap of them in the street. You see what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, right? Y'all probably didn't even know this. Your president, our president, one of the best presidents that I see in my years on this earth, President Obama, actually pardoned one of the GDs, the top ranking. I was about to call them. I don't think they call they people's big homies, but anyway, one of the top ranking GD members, got a pardon from President Obama to like lower his sentence. Now, it was stupid because they gave him a life sentence for some drug stuff, but he was getting older. When he was younger, he was in there scrapping. It was no problem. But he was getting too old. And to be in there doing like a life sentence over like some kind of drug. Hold on, let me get this right. I know I gotta have a reload. So, a life sentence over drugs, his old ass is going to be in there again. Oh, no, you know what I'm saying? You can't catch them punches for them young cats no more. So, yeah, President Obama, knowing this man, hearing his story, went in there and gave this man a presidential pardon. Get him up out of there. He too old to be in here. He got too many enemies inside of there. And not the MS-13s that I really don't get into it with, because the MS-13s get into it a lot with the Latin Kings and the Nostra Familia. And yeah, I keep saying it like that because that's how they say it. Y'all what? Go punch in that name. That's how they say it. That's why I'm saying it like that anyway. That's who the MS-13s get into it with a lot. So they like, you know, y'all enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of ordeal. So y'all don't get into it with the MS-13s. The D.M.V, they just want to get into it, and there's a lot of them in jail too. But they drug addicts, so y'all know it's a lot of them in jail. They in there just whoever got the dope. That's who I'm running to. Oh, y'all ain't got that dope? Oh, I'm about to go get my team, and that's one of the ones where you be tight. You go in a holding, and you just get locked up, and you sitting in there tight. You sitting there like this. Damn, son, what I do? I just got in here like, yo, come on, son. What did I just do to get in here? And then you chilling, the next thing you know, you hear plump, 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 plump. You be like, what is that? And then 10 seconds later, the whole cell's like this. Yeah, you know, this you still in holding. It's you and like 10 other people still inside of there. And it's that stupid white heroin addict that can't hold their bowels. He ain't been asleep in 3 days. He definitely ain't doodling in like 3 days. And all this smell like is toxic waste. And you what? And all you hear is courtesy flush. Just for all the jailheads, the ones that been there, they know they've been through this at least one time. And if you haven't been to jail, hopefully you don't go through it, because if it, you will go through this. If not in holding, in your cell. Yo, courtesy flush. And then when they don't courtesy flush fast enough, guarantee you it's some big black dude that's coming over there to smack fire out his ass right off that toilet. Zaka! Yo, I'm telling you, it happens all the time. I ain't gonna lie. When I got locked up when I was younger, that's one of the, oh, I can't get y'all that. Tune into the Harlem Smiley story. I can't, oh. Anyway, listen, when you sitting there and you tight and you locked up and you smell that and you tell them to courtesy flush and they don't flush, it's gonna be one per whoever sitting, somebody gonna get up off that bench. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. D.M.V, stop doing drugs in there, then can't hold y'all bounds. But anyway, let's get back online like Star 6ix9ine. So, the eight trays come to the front of the congregation. To the front of the congregation, eight tray gangsters. This what y'all doing out here? Y'all got 8 trays that's working as correction officers in the Baltimore jail? What? One of the smartest things I ever heard in my life. Yo, did y'all hear the story with the 8 trays? They had one of their own 8 tray members in there working in the jail just as a regular CO. You know you're not supposed to be no gang member and no CO at the same time. It messes up on both sides. If the COs know you was a gang member, they would have never hired you. If the gang members knew you was about to become a CO, they would have never put you on their set. But being that you was already a gang member probably before you became a CO and you wanted to just do that just to make you some money, it was understandable. But when you was in there, you worked the ranks up to become a sergeant. So anybody that been locked up in jail, you know when you got a big problem, you telling them, yo, bring me the sergeant. When you on the street, you get pulled over, bring me the sergeant. Bring me the sergeant. That's who you want to talk to. That's the cool dude come down there. Hey, guys, don't worry, man. Calm down. I'm going to handle it. You go talk to this other CEOs. Come on, guys. You got to handle this a little. See what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the cool one. You mean to tell me this is the 8 tray gangsters? Y'all got super protection inside of there. What? If y'all sitting there, yo, listen. Y'all need something as far as like getting like phones and all that. That's easy. Extra trays on your cart and all that. That's easy. Getting moved to a different location to put y'all all in one location. That's easy. He the sergeant. It's easy for him to make that happen slowly but surely. And then what y'all started taking it to another level. Y'all started moving weight inside of there. Come to the front of the congregation, you idiots. So y'all gonna risk the one inside person that y'all had. And of course he couldn't do it by himself. He had to bring somebody else into it. So y'all risk the one person y'all had to start moving drugs? Nah, come on, son. Anybody already know the drug empire inside of jail? You can make millions over there. But what? You don't have the salt. That's something you do on the low, and hopefully if he find out, he can help y'all out if y'all get caught up. Not put him into it. Who made that decision? That was the dumbest thing ever. Why would you incorporate? You do that behind his back. Y'all get caught. Boom. He can help us out the situation. In the worst case scenario. What? Y'all incorporate him in it? The dumbest thing ever. Sergeant 8 tray gangster, dumbass Crip. To the front of the congregation. So then you, right? After going through all this little boot camp, you a gangster. Literally, that's part of your set. Gangster. You a gangster. You gotta wear a badge every day. I know that hurts a little bit right here. You a sergeant. You gotta wear a badge. Nice little white little button up. Salute to the flag. Yes, sir. But you also a gangster Crip and you a sergeant at the same time. You did all that work to let one of these idiots call a shot for you to start moving drugs inside of there? Come on, son. You went from working your way up to be a sergeant in a jail. We talking about academy. You know how long it takes you to move to make it up to sergeant? For you to now be facing possibly 15 plus years in jail? You didn't think twice that if you got caught that you was going to get way more because of they could have blamed the whole thing on you. They could have been doing this beforehand and you caught them, was like, yo, put me in on it. They would have put the whole thing on. Sergeant Gangster Crip, come to. Yo, you got to be the dumbest. You got to be the dumbest Crip. You was a sergeant in the jail. You was able to protect your people at all costs. Feed your family. You facing 15 plus years and you is an idiot. So whoever made that call, y'all listen, this is going to burn some people's soul. We not care. Y'all got to make better decisions. And yo, D.M.V. Baltimore, what we doing here? Yo, man. Shout out to all the projects, man, that I just mentioned, man. Shout out to all the sets I just mentioned, man. This has been the D.M.V. series. Crips and, I'm sorry, let me give it to y'all the right way. This has been Crips and Bloods in Baltimore, the D.M.V. series. Baltimore, Maryland, to be specific for y'all out there who don't travel and really don't, Baltimore's in Maryland. Maryland is the M in D.M.V. And has been a series, and you have been tuned in with the one and only Harlem Smiley. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next, man. And thank everybody for tuning in, man. If you've been here before, y'all know what it is, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, man. And for all those that new been here, y'all do the same, man. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all know what it is. A thumb. Turn it from white to blue. And if not one, put up two, man. Happy March Madness, man. Dirt Gang, man. 9th Street, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Harlem up, man. Let's go, man. We rolling, man.